That one will go over the sideline now for a restart. Kunis. Dib. Guerrero. Back for Dib. Haddad through the middle now. Bouncing away from Rainbird, who recovers beautifully. Guerrero on this left-hand side. Trying to thread the needle. Finds a good ball here for Haddad. The first touch that left a little to be desired. Guerrero back to the middle. Kunis just couldn't get there in time. Then a challenge that took the ball and Guerrero. Guerrero was claiming it was purely himself who was taken. Now Dib under pressure. Paul Gibson does a great job to block the run of Dib. And Guerrero's going to earn himself a yellow card here for arguing the point with referee Andrew Best. So 3 players now into the book for Mountain Magic. Anthony Haddad, Nicholas Bakopoulos, and of course Jordi Guerrero, the captain. It's been one of those afternoons thus far for Mountain Magic. And a yellow card on the sideline here as well. And now McHugh Shaw is in the book as well. So he said something on the sideline here, on the bench. And 2 players into the book now for dissent, both Jet McHugh Shaw and Jordan Guerrero. So 3-0. 5:40 on the clock. And a dire situation for Mountain Magic. Dib knocking it forward, looking for Guerrero, who is trying to just flick it on for Haddad. Now Dib got a head to it. Lynch couldn't quite get his boot around the ball. Now Guerrero with a chance to carry. Knocks it to the middle for Haddad. Guerrero short for Haddad, not too far away. Jeez, that was close. And it did get a touch as well. Kunas quickly, Guerrero on target. Rainbird deflects it. Guerrero, great ball there for Haddad, and then Guerrero under pressure through the middle again. Well, Guerrero's got to be careful here. He can certainly discuss the situation, but he's already been pinged for dissent previously. I know he's the captain, but Andrew Best has put a line in the sand. He's not interested in having a debate. Haddad, however, gets the strike, and at long last, Mountain Magic begin their climb. Are they on their way back into this contest? Haddad with a great strike. Has been given no room to work with all afternoon. But finally, they have something in the back of the net and on the board. 3-1. Kunis pinged here. And it was more of a sigh of relief than it was of celebration for Mountain Magic. Lynch now taking off down the sideline. Links up with Rosello. Guerrero does a great job to keep that in the field of play. Now Haddad, again, monstered by Rainbird. I don't think I've seen a better defensive display up against Anthony Haddad than I've seen this afternoon from Lucas Rainbird, who's just given Haddad absolutely no time to do anything. Guerrero, now Haddad, Dib. Guerrero trying to step in the way of it. Rosello beats him brilliantly. Sends it back to the middle. Dib got a very important touch. Now Kunis can carry. Sends it wide for Guerrero. Cleverly worked with from Lynch. Rosello keeps it in the field of play. Haddad now strong in the challenge. Works it away. Links up with Kunis. Back towards Guerrero on target. Good save. Dibb on the follow-up. Couldn't get his body over the top of the ball. Well, at least they've woken up Mountain Magic. Faria sends it long. Now Guerrero simply knocking it behind his head. That was interesting. Faria with a chance to carry. Dibb steps in the way of that pass. Paul Gibson does a great job to come up with possession. And now Whaley up against Kunis is beaten. Kunis beats another. Then to the middle for Dibb. And they just couldn't find a finish. Dibb knocked over afterwards. And there's a lot of discussion here from Guerrero. And the timeout has been called from Mountain Magic, so high drama, high emotion here for Mountain Magic. But they have awoken from their slumber, and they've got all the momentum at the moment. They have a chance to recalibrate with this timeout and try and push towards a second goal. If they could get one, they would certainly put themselves back into the contest. 3:44, there's more than enough time. And now Nick Verdos has received a yellow card, the coach himself. So cautions left, right and centre. So timeout has finished. Kunis, Guerrero, Haddad and Dibb all on deck for Mountain Magic. Guerrero trying to feed that pass into Haddad. Kunis wins the first challenge. Amore wins out on the second attempt. Amore. Whaley. Sending it back to the middle. Lynch met it quite well. And then Kunis was trying to make it play. The ball could have easily been caught for a foul on that occasion too. Now the question is, was that ball still moving? I think it was. So there is the turnover in favour of Mountain Magic. Of course, the ball must be at a complete stop when you are looking to restart it from the sideline. Dibb. And now Guerrero. Working forward. That one, fortunately for Guerrero. Deflecting off of Whaley. Guerrero trying to thread that needle once again. Now Rainbow with a delightful chip over the top. Whaley snuck away, gets it on target. Katambas will turn it around the post. Now Lynch, on target nearly. Almost found Amore. He had a clear passage toward that goal mouth. Dibb. Out for Dunn. Haddad wanting Jaden Dunn to take on Amore. Try and burn him on the outside. But really, it's only been Kunis who's actually been happy to take on their opposite. Now Haddad looking for the turn. Got a boot to it. Now he thought he was knocked in the back there. It does take a lot to get Haddad off balance. Now deep for Dibb. Dunn Kunis. And Dad back here for Dunn. That was a nicer build-up from Mountain Magic, but Dunn unable to get that ball on target, a little too high. Lynch controlling it well under pressure. Very strong on the ball. Now Rainbird chipping to a corner again. Rosello, great job to keep that in the field of play and find support. Rosello once again taking on Dunn, threatening, great skill once more. Somehow gets a ball away to Lynch. Lynch then tries to thread the needle. Now Dunn with a chance to carry. Links up with Dibb. Dibb threatening for that cross. Keeps it in the court, but then easily worked away from Rosello. And Rainbird, in the end, had the final touch. Now Lynch chipping over the top for Amore. Nobody really marking up. Katambas, quick release, then Kunis on for Dibb. Dunn into enemy territory. Now Haddad, this time holding it up quite nicely. Knocks it back. Doesn't quite meet Dibb. He's forced to get on his bike to keep it in the court. Just 90 seconds remaining. They need to go quickly here. Haddad. And just miscommunication yet again here from Mountain Magic. This would be a big result for UTS. In theory, they could be as high as third with 3 points here. They're on 17 at the moment, and their goal difference is quite strong. Now Dunn. Dibb. Back to the middle for Dunn. Got the shot away. Parried, and then the follow-up is a good one from Kunis. A killer strike into the corner. 3-2. Where there's life, there's hope. And there's just over a minute to try and snag a third consecutive draw for Mountain Magic. Guerrero's back into the action. Kunis has been removed. I would have been keeping him on there. I mentioned this before. To me, he's been the point of difference for Mountain Magic. Something a little different. Now Lynch. Ever so strong. Holding Dibb off. Guerrero presents as an option. Now they're going to throw everything at them. Maybe the kitchen sink as well. Guerrero chipping, looking for Haddad. Awkward control. Rainbird then pressured. Guerrero made the challenge. Ball goes over the sideline. 45 seconds to go. And for UTS, it might be the longest 45 seconds of all time. So much riding on it. Perez squeezes a pass for Lynch. Lynch then across the face of goal. Katambas cleans it up and takes off. Needs to find a pass. Perez with a great slide defense. Now done. Dibb. Guerrero. 30 seconds on the clock. Haddad can't get a foot to it. That could be crucial. Dibb heading it forward, unfortunately hits the netting. Deep here for Rainbow. They're simply trying to run the clock down. Headed over the top. Dunn trying to squeeze through. Perez very strong. Blocks the space. Falls here for Rainbird. Dibb gets a touch on it. Just over 10 seconds remaining. Now Lynch trying to hold firm. Guerrero comes up with possession. Now Haddad up against Rainbird. Surely dragged down. And this will go the way of Mountain Magic. There was a huge grab from Lucas Rainbird on Haddad, and they will get a golden opportunity now. So D'Souza enters the action for this crucial set piece with exactly 5 seconds to go. Guerrero and Haddad over this one. This could be the final play of the game. Dibben D'Souza wide. It hasn't been a happy afternoon for D'Souza. But if he could conjure up something inside this final 5 seconds, it would make him have a very different outlook on this afternoon. So Haddad lining this one up. One of the biggest boots in the futsal men's Premier League. Haddad with the strike, keeps it low. Back over the sideline it goes. 3 seconds remaining. Do they think the touch and shot again? Guerrero will send it wide. For Katambas, feeds the pass, cleared away, and UTS come up with a massive result. The team in 6th beats the minor premiers for just the second time this season, and in the process puts themselves with a great chance to play finals football this year. In theory, they've jumped as high as 3rd now on the ladder. That depends on other results, but they are well and truly in the hunt for finals. Full time here in the Futsal New South Wales Men's Premier League. It's UTS Northside victorious over Mountain Majik, 3-2. Our Women's Premier League is up next.
they're coming through. It's like, what do you do? No.
You don't want to make it.
No, I get what you're saying, but, you know.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Please don't do the same.
Hey, if he doesn't do it, you know what I think it has extra minutes. So if, like, I'm not having a go, I'm just saying, if they don't, you can always call me and I'll just send it to you.
We won't put
And I'm happy with what I'm saying. You've got to help that. I'll just send you a team and then that way there's no...
where it wins are.
Correct, that's what I'm saying. I'll send you a team. And girls as well. I'll send you both. And then they've got a game and you don't have to say anything.
Well, probably won't go on.
No, but there'll be a team out there. Sorry?
Did you put Daisy down as well?
What do you mean? You can't watch this. It's not anymore. I've said no. I like this.
Canberra.
Great to have your company here from Valentine Sports Park for round 13 action of the Futsal New South Wales Women's Premier League, with the second place UTS taking on fifth place Mountain Majik. Mountain Majik, of course, needing a victory. They're on 15 points. The cutoff at the moment for the top four is on 18. That's the Dural Warriors. UTS are quite sorted in terms of their finals aspirations, but they would love to keep pushing. Follow up a big 2024 campaign. For Mountain Majik, again, it's a very youthful side. And that enigma up front, Angelina Scarmadella, on display once again in the 18. Now, working forward here is UTS. Carice Stoll finds a little pass here for Smith, trying to link up once again, of course. Represented Australia recently in the women's attempt to qualify for the World Cup, which is actually underway as we speak over in the Philippines. Now Carice Stoll finds Smith. Smith then linking up in this wide position here with Cabezas. Carice Stoll once again finds a lovely pass there, but Arnold was just a little off kilter. It's Kira Schwereb between the posts for Mountain Majik. Lovely first touch on that occasion there from Montenegro. Now chipped over the top. It was Gordon looking for the run of Montenegro. Couldn't quite find it on that occasion. Now Smith, patient on the ball. Carice Stoll was making a run, instead linked up with Cabezas. Now Smith chipping over the top, lovely ball for Arnold. Arnold back towards the middle, well cleaned up from Chloe Gordon. It's Mountain Majik coming into this game off the back of a 2-1 loss to Sydney All-Stars. Smith now rolling over the top, Scarmadella. Strong and physical. Wins out in that challenge. Smith will have the restart though from the sideline. Now Carice Stoll trying to feed that pass there for Arnold, but couldn't quite find the right mark on that occasion. Gordon dancing, couldn't get around Arnold though, so all the early field position favouring UTS Northside. And that one wasn't in a dead ball situation before the restart, so sloppy from UTS on that occasion. Scarmadella now has the restart, finds Gordon, chipping over the top. Cleaned up here from forward. Now Carice Stoll for Smith. Smith eventually linking up with Arnold, all the way back for forward. And that one didn't cross over halfway. So Rowan Fisher will blow the whistle, and this sets up a great opportunity now for Mountain Majik, despite having no time on the ball. They'll get the opportunity from a great spot on the court. So Montenegro will head to the sideline to remove an earring at the moment, which means Jakili Hook will momentarily enter the action. Now Gordon is on target. It's great from Gordon. What a start for Mountain Majik. Their first opportunity, and it's in the back of the net. Blink and you'll miss it. It was low, hard, and into the corner. And a bit of magic from the Mountain girls. 1 goal to nil. Now, Alexia Carey-Stall under all sorts of pressure there by Scarmadella. Now deep here for Gordon. Lovely bit of skill, beats Arnold. Now Scarmadella keeps it in the court. Carey-Stall strong in the challenge. Good delivery back to the middle. Morgan twisting, turning, finding Gordon. Gordon then delivers a beautiful pass. Gordon again trying to get the shot away. Scarmadella, what a pass that was. And Morgan nearly found the back of the net. But terrific ball movement from Mountain Magic. Now chipping over the top. Well met, though, by Fullwood, who got up above the pack and took it nicely. Now Cabezas. Out for Smith. Carey-Stall. Arnold. Under pressure now by Montenegro. Cabezas. Gordon just shutting down the space. Deep run made now, and they'll try and link up. Scarmadella unfortunately lost sight of the run there from Tamira Souza, who with her first touch puts it in the back of the net. Very well found from Cabezas. A lovely delivery. And we're now locked up at 1 apiece. So Morgan delivers now for Gordon. Scarmadella squeezing a pass. Finds Montenegro. Morgan, Scarmadella, lovely first time release. Back for Morgan, getting the shot away on target. Fullwood was watching. Took it in nicely. Now again for Cabezas. Souza. Finding a lovely little pass down the sideline. Gordon very cleverly just put herself in between player and the ball and allowed Schwereb to clean it up. Souza again marching forward. Montenegro shuts that play down. Now Mia Chen trying to get that one on target. Good chip out wide there for Burton. Souza. Now Mia Chen again. Linking up. Pass back to the middle. Was attempted there by Burton. So Min Huang, Mia Chen. Now sitting deep, waiting for her opportunity. Burton. Souza. Threads the needle again. Back to Souza. Oh, great save from Schwereb. It was like watching Neo in the Matrix the way she bent back. Somehow turned it around the outside of the post. That was special. Now Burton inside the D. Back to Souza once again. Oh, then flicked through the legs. Somehow cleared off the line. A great stop in the end from Montenegro. Souza. Oh, good strike there from Mia Chen. Turned away once again on the line, this time from Gordon. Oh, and the strike this time will somehow find the back of the net. It was an awkward one from India Horsley. It bounced off 2 players on its way into the back of the net. But it doesn't really matter how it gets there as long as it does. The UTS will take that every day of the week. And they lead 2-1. So, massive changes now for Mountain Magic. The 2 Holder sisters are out there, along with Jakili Hook. And Angelina Zeta. Hook with a nice turn. Opens up a bit of space and now takes on Souza. Lovely pass there for Holder. It was well worked from Hook. Now Cabezas. Burton. Mia Chen. An incisive run back towards the centre of the field. Now Souza, well stopped on that occasion there from Monique Holder. Fresh into the action now is Alice Thompson with the ball at her feet. Delivers deep and finds the support of Estella Cameron. Cameron was then looking to make a run, but the ball never arrived to her. Zeta restarting things, and unfortunately that one wasn't stopped either. So both teams have been pinged for it in this opening half, with around about 6 minutes of play having transpired. So Zeta back here for Hook. Hook then linking up with Holder. Lovely skill to beat the first woman. And cleared away from Estella Cameron. So 2-1 if you're just joining us. Mountain Magic took an early lead off the back of a free kick taken well by Chloe Gordon. Souza has scored along with a deflection which was initially off the boot of Horsley. Now Hook on the run forward. Nice sliding challenge though from Cameron, and good pressure from Mountain Magic. Over the sideline it goes. There's an issue now with the clock itself. So back underway, Monique Holder receives it there from Claire, gets the turn and shot, much in the style of Anthony Haddad. But forward, makes a good save. Now Mia Chen slowing things down, finds Souza on this left-hand side. Thompson was looking for the quick 1-2, but Souza wasn't making the run. Now Jakili Hook finds a lovely pass. Holder over the top, nearly delivers all. Hook then with the shot, went flying up into the head of Elise Thompson. Alice, I should say. Deep for Holder, got plenty of it, but not on target. Now Carice Stoll back out there. Cabezas channeling a run. Links up with Smith, who then tries to thread the needle. Good pressure from Holder. Arnold left with nowhere to go. And over the sideline that one goes. So restarted now from Schwerer. Holder trying to chip it forward again into the head of the opposition. Hook. Now Carice Stoll got a boot to it. Schwerer will clean it up on the edge of the D. Holder taking off. Beats the first woman. Now finds Angelina Zeta. The 1-2 is lovely from Monique Holder. Just a little too much on it. Zeta up here for Holder. Now Hook. Holder chipping over the top. Finding Monique Holder. Zeta then looking to thread the needle for Claire Holder once again. And Monique just blocking the space. Now forward. Chipping over the top. Arnold. Knocking it deep. Carice Stahl. Smith. Cabezas taking off Holder strong in the challenge. Falls here for Monique Holder. Now Claire once again slowing things down momentarily. Not a convincing pass back for Monique. And Cabezas shutting down the space. Wins the challenge and possession. Now Carice Stahl out here for Smith. Carice Stahl once again finding a nice little pass and then linking up with Arnold. Very deep it goes. Eventually all the way back to forward. Arnold, Carice Stahl looking for that first time delivery for Smith. Holder does a good job. Flicked on from Monique Holder. Smith now delivering back to the centre of the court. Cabezas. Arnold with a nice twist. Good challenge. Now Holder has a chance to keep this in the field of play. Sends it back for Zayda. Rushing was forward. Zayda now with a header. Oh, and then Monique Holder had the follow-up as well. Just couldn't steer it into the net though. Now Smith carrying on this left-hand side. Beat the first defender. Back on the inside it goes. Now Carice Stahl has the shot. And there was a stray foot, but no foul called. Schwereb will play it short here for Hook, who's under pressure. Deep it goes on this occasion for Cabezas. Now Smith navigating. Flicks a little pass looking for the run of Carice Stahl, but that one didn't quite work out. Now mash changes again here for Mountain Magic. Morgan, Gordon, Montenegro and Scarmadella all back into the action. So they're working in pods for this particular performance, Mountain Magic. Montenegro pressuring Carice Stahl now for UTS. Scarmadella shuts down the space well. Morgan beats the first. Can't get around Cabezas though. Cabezas with the carry. Arnold delivering deep now for Hallie Smith. Good zone defence here from Mountain Magic. Scarmadella will now step up and apply some more pressure. Twisting, turning is Arnold. Out here for Carice Stahl. Cabezas, quick release. Professional approach now. Scarmadella with a chance. Intercepts that one. Took off momentarily but was shut down very quickly in the end. Scarmadella once more jamming in. And the stray left boot will bring about the foul. And in the same fashion, the second pod coming out now for UTS Northside. It includes Mia Chen, who has the ball at her feet now. Finds a lovely pass from Burton. Scarmadella once again dominant with the challenge. Finds a good pass here, linking up with Montenegro. And Mia Chen, patient, threads the needle. Great delivery. Good save from Schwereb. Turned away. And now Horsley, who does have a goal herself off the back of a deflection, sends it deep for Mia Chen. Scarmadella once again wins out. Been terrific defensively in this one, outside of a momentary lapse that of course led to the goal for Souza. And always a physical and assertive player. Souza threads the needle beautifully, links up with Mia Chen. That shot just a little wide of the mark though, but once again threatening. It's a good delivery from Souza. So now Schwereb. Short for Gordon. On here to Montenegro. Then Scarmadella. Scarmadella deep for Gordon. Morgan does well to keep it in. Gordon, who's the sole goal scorer for Mountain Magic in this one so far. Now rolls it back with the heel. for Scarmadella. Gordon, lovely switch of emphasis. Morgan back to the middle. That was a nice passage of play there from Mountain Magic. Morgan. Gordon threatening. Well watched though from Burton, who ushers that one over the sideline. We've got our clock up and functioning again on the sideline, so just over 8 minutes remaining in this first half. Morgan carts it forward, links up now with Montenegro. Burton with a good challenge. The final touch comes off Zeta. And as a result, forward will have this one. Now Mia Chen threading the needle. Horsley was under pressure, so Gordon will have the restart. Can Mountain Magic get themselves back on level terms? Morgan. Back here for Gordon once again. Oh, and then Morgan, just a momentary lapse of concentration. That one goes underneath the foot. So Leah Burton now links up with Ramirez Souza. Burton got away from a few of those markers. Back towards the middle of the court she goes. Now Souza. Couple of scissor steps before linking up with Mia Chen on target. Schwereb decides to make a play for it. Didn't want to take any chances with that one. And Scarmadella just given a caution here by assistant referee Andrew Best. Deep now for Mia Chen. That one well and truly high and wide of the mark. So just over 7 minutes remaining in this first half. Morgan dances away from the first defender. Now chipping over the top. A lovely ball looking for Montenegro. It's good awareness though from forward. He got out quickly and cut off the supply. Morgan. Now Gordon. Lovely twist and turn to open up the space. And back for Morgan, who just couldn't get it under control. Horsley was pressuring her. Mia Chen, a rollover, then the shot. You get the feeling the next goal is crucial here. Scarmadella now stepping up. Good pressure there on Mia Chen, who couldn't quite link up with Burton out wide. Morgan. Gordon now finding a terrific pass for Scarmadella. Tries to get around Mia Chen. Denied on this occasion. Finds support back in her own half in the form of Gordon. Now Morgan carrying. Looking for an opening. Got a shot away. On target, but not enough pepper on it to beat forward. Mia Chen. Oh, Souza, great skill to get around Morgan. Then Zeta coming across, put a body on the line. Well, I'm not sure what more Montenegro could have done in that situation. It was more a case of being intertwined like pretzels. There's nothing untoward in the challenge. Souza hit the deck though. And it will in fact go the way of Mountain Magic here. So drop ball situation and continued on. Now Morgan tries to squeeze a pass for Gordon. Now Carice Stoll sending it forward, looking for Arnold. Montenegro pressuring once again. It's got a real stalemate at the moment. Neither team wanting to budge an inch. Gordon delivers wide now for Morgan. Clever pass, but Montenegro under all sorts of pressure here by Carice Stoll. Restarts things quickly. Out there for Smith. Cabezas. Smith now threading the needle. Lovely pass from Smith. Scarmadella again shuts down the space. Real energizer bunny. Now Smith has the strike not too far away. It beat Schwereb and only just missed that left-hand post. Now Scarmadella finding a nice little pass for Gordon, who tried to return serve. Carice Stahl then gets a lucky deflection. Creeps around Schwereb. It's an unfortunate one there for Gordon. She was trying to link up with Scarmadella, but there was a foot that was stuck out into the path of Carice Stahl. And then just did enough to get around Schwereb. It's now 2 goals that have had a fortuitous deflection for UTS Northside. So 3-1 the score. Carice Stahl once again comes up with it. Oh, Smith. Let that one escape her control. And with just over 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Now to Majik. We'd love to get one on the board before the break. Let's give themselves a glimmer of hope coming into the second half against a very professional outfit. Majik Hook is pinged for being a little bit overzealous with that challenge. So Holder will mark that space. Carice Stahl with the attempted strike now. Deep here to Smith. Smith with the strike. Blocked by Hook. Carice Stahl. Smith. Cabezas. Looking for Carice Stahl. Didn't quite find her. Instead arrives at the feet of Fullwood. Space on this left-hand side for Smith, who eventually made the run. The idea was the right one from Carice Stahl, just a little bit too much weight on the pass. Yep. Schwereb sends it over the top here for Monique Holder. Cleaned up at the back now from Alice Thompson. Finds a lovely pass, chance to finish. Good save from Schwereb. Turns it around the post. That was a tough one to deal with. Arnold got plenty on it. And now once again, Cabeza sends it deep, and the strike was good from Arnold a second time. This time thundering into the crossbar. Hook will now chip it over the top. Carice Stahl trying to step in the way of the pass, but Holder comes away with it. Zeta was making a run out wide, and now there's a 3-on-1 situation. Carice Stahl was looking to send it back to the middle, but Claire Holder does a great job. Deep for Thompson. Thompson finding a good ball here for Arnold. Great little touch there from Hook. Just to steer it away before the shot could come to fruition. Carice Stahl. Cabezas. The toe poke from Holder, not really close to Zeta. It was a lot deeper than that one was delivered. So roughly 3.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Cabezas links up with Arnold. Carice Stahl. And trying to find the pass into the path of Thompson. Hook takes off. Took the odds to it. And then great skill from Thompson to get away from Holder. Links up with Cabezas, and then a first-time ball is a nice one out to Arnold. And Arnold, however, coming up with a poor moment on that occasion in attempting to link up with Carice Stahl. Now Hook under pressure again. Does a good job in the end to retain possession courtesy of a deflection. Holder chipping again, looking for Zeta, but nothing really doing. So wind has gone out of the sails a touch here for Mountain Magic. Zeta will clean up the scraps. Now delivers deep for Holder, striking from range, pretty much from halfway in fact. That one never really troubling forward. And outside of that strike from Gordon that found the back of the net, they haven't really tested forward much at all. Thompson, lovely quick release there for Souza. Now appears as an option through the middle. And then Hook with an important challenge just as that strike was being taken. Foul has been called here for Rowan Fisher, but for mine, I thought that was an attempted shot as opposed to something untoward. Hook simply winning out in the challenge. That one then comes off the legs there of Estella Cameron, who's back into the action now. Holder. Hook. Quick release once again. Looking for Cameron. And Mia Chen sends it wide. Souza trying to thread the needle. Just under 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Now Hook delivering long, only as far as Thompson though, who threatens the shot. Hook once again standing firm. Both herself and Scarmadella have been excellent defensively. Mia Chen now threatening the shot. Holder blocking the space. Takes possession. Back now to Monique Holder, who just couldn't quite get the boot around it. Quick release back to the middle for Souza. And the ball wasn't quite at a stop. And the refereeing contingent has been very strict with that rule in this particular match. Shaquille Hook. Now with a little step over and then linking up with Zeta. Zeta finding Holder once again. Claire. Souza steps in the way of that pass. Options either side, now sending it back to the middle. Schwereb comes up with the ball. Quick release for Hook, a chance to take them on. Monique Holder making a run. Hook had a golden chance to link up there, but just didn't release the pass. Send it wide now for Claire Holder. It's been a little bit quiet in this match. Has the long-range effort. Well, both Zeta and Hook were pointing at one another there and nearly allowed a free passage for Burton. He's still trying to creep away down that right-hand side. Hook will now cover that space. Cameron takes off. Good challenge from Holder. Falls here for Souza. Once again, Mia Chen is free. Tries to thread the needle. And that one heads over the sideline. Now Burton with the restart here. And taking too long to get that one back underway. That results in a turnover of possession. Zeta, Hook. Occupying the space well, then turns on the inside of Cameron. And Hook desperate to find some sort of support there. Eventually linked up with Claire Holder. Now Monique trying to squeeze through a gap. Unfortunately, on this occasion, there was none. And so relinquishes control with 15 seconds remaining in this first half. Chen back towards the middle. Hook will scoop up the loose ball. Now no pressure on her. Has a chance to carry. Toe poke up towards Zeta. Doesn't quite find its mark. 3 seconds to go. Cameron will simply maintain control and see out this first half. So a tough one to call at this point in time. It was a good start from Mountain Magic, who took a 1-goal lead, but since that point UTS have just gradually chipped away at things, and as a result have that 2-goal buffer. At the break here in round 13 action of the Futsal New South Wales Women's Premier League, it's UTS in front, 3-1.
athletics, greyhound racing, everything. Stay on top of all of it. Oh, I got swimming next month. I literally came from the league tournament in Wentworthville before this.
I've got to go back there tomorrow, then greyhound racing tomorrow night. I think I'm up to like 10 sports.
Have you done any else yet? Have you done any like else?
I rarely do that because I'm usually pulling league.
Welcome back to Valentine Sports Park. About to get underway here for the second half of round 13 of the Futsal Women's Premier League in New South Wales. 3-1 the score at the moment in favour of UTS. And a good challenge here from Carice Stahl. Comes up with possession. Now Cabezas off to Smith. And that first half was full of control and composure from UTS. The chances few and far between for Mountain Magic. Done a good job in denying the amount of chances, though, for UTS Mountain Magic, even with the control of possession. So Montenegro now finding a pass, and then Scarmadella up along the sideline. Comes up with a nice challenge there and ultimately wins out. Morgan. Once more looking for Montenegro. So it's a nice up-tempo start to start the second half for Mountain Magic. Full of energy. A little loosen in to the bench at the break. And we're certainly still full of enthusiasm and brimming with hope. If they get another goal here to start this second half, we'll certainly start to believe. Now deep here for Morgan, not too far away. Got plenty on it. Nice sound as she struck the ball. Now Smith. Sending it wide here for Cabezas. Eventually linking up with Arnold. Arnold then sends it deep here for Carice Stahl once again. Carice Stahl linking up with Cabezas. Lovely turn, then gets the strike, but Schwereb shuts down the space. And that one will go for a corner, so danger signs here for Mountain Magic. Carice Stahl sends it back to the middle. Arnold was waiting for it. Good pressure from Scarmadella and Gordon. Cabezas up against Montenegro. Montenegro tempted to just reach around the outside and make a play of that ball, but ultimately thought better of it. Now Cabezas finds a good little pass here for Carice Stahl. Strong challenge then from Gordon. Links up with Montenegro. Takes off. Tries to get around the outside of Carice Stahl, who certainly did drop the shoulder. And yes, Rowan Fisher was onto it. Makes a good call there. Now Morgan will have the attempt. Lovely delivery for Scarmadella. A little deflection, but you have to take your chances. She put herself in the right position. Stuck the leg out, and Scarmadella strikes for Mountain Magic. 3-2 and very much game on in round 13. Of course, Mountain Magic sitting in fifth. Victory here would, at least momentarily, put them up inside the top four with another round to play. So they could very much control their own destiny. But they have to come away with 3 points here today. That gets them one step closer. Now Carice Stahl finding a great ball here for Arnold. And Montenegro was in the back. Andrew Best calling the foul. And now Schwereb will look to organise her troops in the goal mouth. Schwereb standing tall. Good save, and then Montenegro. Good use of the shoulder. Bumps it around the outside of the post. That was just about off the line. 3-2 it remains. Still the pressure. Decent delivery. Gordon shuts down the space on that attempted shot from Cabezas. Mia Chen back out there once again. Little rollover, then the strike, and once again, Schwerer makes a good save. Now, Scarmadella, Ken Motor got there very quickly, but now there's space on this right-hand side. Caristyle finds a good ball for Arnold. Again, a good stop from Schwerer. Cabezas, Mia Chen. And Caristyle flicking over the top. And Scarmadella shutting down the space. Glances her leg and will go out for a corner. So another good chance here for UTS. Restore with a direct approach. Oh, Arnold nearly got a strike at it. Morgan will take off. Arnold shutting down the space, but overall a pretty good result for Mountain Magic. I mentioned there was a lot of positivity on the bench at half-time. And they've carried that into the start of this second half. It was a terrific pass found there from Gordon. Montenegro just couldn't get the shot away in time, though. But there are some promising signs to start the second half. Now, Scarmadella steps in the way of that pass. Tries to take on Arnold. Space is very quickly shut down, though. Now they'll thread the needle down the sideline. Gordon, great release. Scarmadella probably had a little more time than she realised on that occasion. So Mia Chen delivering now for Cabezas. Burton back on the court as well. As is Souza. Scarmadella making a play at it. Souza, wily, and was able to get around the outside. Now Morgan, chipping over the top, looking for that run of Scarmadella. Souza, Mia Chen, and now for Burton. Scarmadella just cutting the space. Morgan then stepping up to apply some pressure. And ushered in to touch there by Cabezas. Will now head to the sideline. And Hallie Smith, of course, was also part of that Australian women's futsal team that was vying for a place in the World Cup. Unsuccessful in qualification. Now it falls here for Montenegro, who will take on Burton on the outside. Burton does a good job, though, to shut the space down. Gordon arrives, got a shot away. So another good moment there for Mountain Magic, but unfortunately unable to find the finish. Smith rolling it forward. Montenegro takes off. Burton and Mia Chen, though, combined to bring a stop to that particular raid. Now Gordon knocking it away. Mia Chen collecting the loose ball. Burton back to the middle. Dangerous. Another dangerous sign there. If they can find Souza's feet, we know she can certainly find a finish. Great release there from Claire Holder, looking for Jakili Hook, and Claire can be such a damaging player, but we haven't seen the best of her so far this afternoon. Now Monique Holder will simply usher that one over the sideline, and Mountain Magic will come away with possession. Short release for Sister Claire, who then sends it wide for Jakili Hook. Now Holder over the top. Zeta was just trying to flick it on there for Jakili Hook. Didn't quite find the right spot, though. Now Monique Holder will deliver here for Hook once again. Souza cutting the middle. Gets a touch on it. Over the sideline it goes. Deep now for Holder. Decent strike, not too far away. Got every part of that. That was shot out of a cannon. Well, that certainly would have tested Fullwood if it was just a little more on target. Mia Chen now delivering for Hallie Smith. Finds a great pass back to Mia Chen. And the strike is on target. Good save from Schwereb. Zeta under pressure. Hook coming in looking to put on a shot. But Thompson got a foot to the ball just in time. But it will still result in a Mountain Magic ball. Not a great restart at all there from Claire Holder. Now it falls in the path of Souza. Holder trying to shut down the space. Hook in a 3-on-1 situation. Well, that was poor from Holder. And Hook has the arms outstretched, saying, what exactly was I meant to do? She was left in a 3-on-1 situation. And just as easily as they got themselves back in the contest, it's once more at a 2-goal margin. So 4-2 the score. Now Thompson dispossessed. Hook on target. Almost getting there. Little toe poke, and she had Holder storming through as well in a good position. Well, essentially they need to be the next to score. There's still plenty of time to play, about 13 and a half minutes. But if that scoreline pushes out to a 3-goal margin, it's going to make a very difficult assignment of this current task. Smith coming up with a shot on target. Not a great deal of power behind it, but still testing Schwereb. Now Zeta. Stands strong, under pressure. Hook trying to feed a pass and then beats the work of Thompson. Now Hook sends it wide. Good chance for Zeta. Zeta just couldn't get her body over the top of the ball. It went skyward as a result. They certainly have had more opportunities in the opening 7 minutes of the second half compared to that of that first 20. Now Souza. Short delivery for Smith. With the dancing feet, just couldn't quite get around Hook though. Now Monique Holder. Pressure there by Souza. So Smith will have the restart from the sideline now. Looking for Mia Chen. Smith. Souza then over the top. Holder stepping in the way of that potential link up, and then Souza will clear her lines. There's half chances for both teams in this second half. Had a goal for each side. But there could have been plenty more. Now to Magic now, chipping over the top, looking for Hook. Smith, great control, brings it down well. Thompson just couldn't get a boot on that one though. Now Claire Holder, threatening to launch-a-rate herself before stepping away from the ball and then delivering wide for Chloe Gordon. Monique Holder unfortunately not getting her boot behind that one. Loose control. Smith, short for Horsley. Got the second goal of the match for UTS. Now Mia Chen, who's come close on a number of occasions. Crabbing across field, looking for support. Not a particularly convincing pass. Hook links up nicely. Back into the path though it goes to UTS. Smith now threading the needle, lovely ball. Gordon battling here with Arnold. Wins out. Now Holder has a chance to carry. Monique on her right. Claire takes it herself initially, and then the attempted cut back to Monique Holder nearly deflected into the back of the net. Now Hook for Claire Holder. Then Gordon looking toward the middle. Couldn't find the target though. Now Carice Stall back out there for UTS. Last year's champions will certainly be thereabouts come the final series. Currently sitting in second. They'll put pressure on that top spot with another victory here today. Monique Holder receiving it from Claire, then finds a nice pass out wide here for Jakili Hook. Over the top looking for Claire Holder. Cut off from Smith though. Now India Horsley delivering for Smith, who then tries to squeeze a pass for Carice Stall. Schwereb shuts down the space. Now was the last touch there of Carice Stall? Yes, it was. Hook is under pressure, somehow escaped the clutches of Carice Stall, then tries to link up with Morgan. It wasn't a bad delivery. Arnold taking off, chance to get the strike. Gordon shuts down the space. So pretty much halfway through this second half, just over 10 minutes remaining. Arnold, the intended recipient, but the Magic stuck out a toe and that one headed over the sideline. So now Smith. Carice Stall. Smith dispossessed. Now short here for Carice Stall. Ooh, really wound up. And a big collision with herself and Claire Holder. Both of them hit the deck. Alexia Carice Stall put everything behind that. And Holder felt the brunt of it. Now looking to deliver once again to the middle. Arnold got a foot to it. So too did Jakili Hook. I think this will go for a UTS restart. Smith once more, looking for Carice Stall. Trying to get away with that first time delivery instead. Fell awkwardly between her own legs, and then Gordon, with great pressure, comes up with a result. Holder's an option on this left-hand side. That's the way Gordon goes. Holder gradually carting it forward. Smith acting as a blockade. Hook with a lovely first-time delivery. Now Morgan back to the middle. And Smith does a great job once again to shut down the space, but positive signs here for Mountain Magic. Morgan quickly here to Hook. Hook now trying to find Holder. Horsley under pressure. Horsley restarting things, looking for the pirouette. Dispossessed, and now Morgan will have the restart. Scarmadella back into the action. Gordon. Looking for Holder out wide. Holder stopped on the run. Horsley. Cameron allowing it to go through the legs. Thought that Souza was on the spot, but not quite the case. Now Gordon threatening with that shot. Opting not to pull the trigger, instead trying to link up out wide, but Horsley stepped in the way of the pass and now can link up with Cabezas. Scarmadella, good challenge through the legs. Lovely restart there from Estella Cameron. Finding Horsley. Somehow danced away from Morgan. Just couldn't keep it in the court though. And now Schwerer will look to restart quickly. Holder under pressure. And then tripping up Souza. So another foul called here against Claire Holder. Stella Cameron. Not a great delivery there. So that's two uncharacteristic errors from Cameron inside the past minute. Now Claire Holder with Monique back out there as well. Scarmadella defending away the advances of Cabezas, then opens up the space on that right-hand side. Linking up with Holder. Tries to flick a pass back to the middle for Scarmadella. He's doing all the chasing at the moment. Horsley with a nice little feign. Then Cameron is an option, and Gordon with a cynical foul results in a yellow card. So Chloe Gordon into the book. 3 fouls for Mountain Magic, just the one for UTS in this second half. 4-2 the score. Roughly 8 to go is now Holder. Takes control of that ball. Horsley stepping forward. Good challenge from Holder. It was strong. Scarmadella comes up with the loose ball. Now finds Gordon. Off to Monique Holder. Scarmadella gets a nice twist and turn. Battling against Cabezas and Horsley. Cabezas will win out. Keeps heading up along this sideline. Deflected off the feet there of Gordon, but now it falls for Holder. He's unfortunately in a 4-on-2 situation, so is forced to retreat. Holder. Finding a great pass there for Angelina Scarmadella. Scarmadella back toward the middle, links up with Gordon. Good release. Nice passage for Mountain Magic. Falls here for Claire Holder. Just looking for Scarmadella again. But with 6:42 on the clock, they're still 2 goals down. So they need something, and they need it quick. Mountain Magic desperate to get back on level terms and at least try and salvage a point from this one. Of course, had the very early lead. Goal inside the first 2 or 3 minutes. And now Holder is dispossessed. Thompson beats the first defender. Good recovery from Gordon. So 4-2 it remains. Montenegro back into the action. Smith. Mia Chen takes off down this right-hand side. Nearly found a pass back to the middle for both Thompson and Arnold, who are looking to link up. Now Schwereb. Holder. Scarmadella. Nice early release. Montenegro. Deep here for Gordon. Scarmadella an option on this left-hand side. Thompson steps in the path of it and now beats the defender. Round Schwereb, just the finish to come. Couldn't quite get it on target, but an incisive run from Thompson. Now Scarmadella, the intended target. Turned away by UTS, and then Monique Holder under all sorts of pressure from Arnold. Can't get a touch on it. Mia Chan with the toe poke on target. Schwereb once again makes a good save. Now Scarmadella can carry. Arnold was back there quickly. Stop the advances of Scarmadella. Holder to the middle for Gordon. Falls here for Montenegro. Scarmadella on this right-hand side. Ushered away once again. And Montenegro has nowhere to go. Mia Chen now to Smith. Lovely flick on with the outside of the boot. Finds Arnold. Trying to turn back on the inside of Montenegro. And now they will opt to do the travel keeper option here. So Holder into the pink. She'll play as an extra option at the back. Lovely throw up to Sister Monique, who takes off. Cabezas showing her the sideline. Now Gordon. Here is Claire Holder. So they've got the extra number working in the opposition half, and then a good delivery looking for Scarmadella. Well, I like this change here. So Jamie Dibb and Mark Cotter controlling the team this afternoon. And that's a nice little option to operate with essentially 5 outfield players. It's worth going for broke. They need a result here today. Now Monique Holder with a chance to carry. All of a sudden, plenty of space. Good delivery here for Claire Holder on target. And Fullwood will have the attempt from range and finds the back of the net. Well, that was heads-up play from Samantha Fullwood, who saw that Claire Holder had come out of the D. A quick glance and a controlled kick. 5-2 the score now, and that should just about do it. Now continue going for broke here. Holder remains out of goals. Scarmadella nearly got it around the corner. Bent the shot beautifully, but Fullwood got fingertips to it as well. It was never really going in though. Hook. Monique Holder with a big touch. Now Claire Holder not too far away from the mark. Just over the crossbar. Mia Chen. Great chip over the top, finding Cabezas. Holder got there just in time. Makes the stop. Now Hook can carry. Zone defence employed by UTS. Holder out wide. Sent back to the middle, but Cabezas will block the path of that pass. Hook. And wider still for Gordon. Keely Hook again. Linking up with Gordon. Holder. Now Scarmadella. Shown no love there by Cabezas, who would not allow Scarmadella to get the turn that she was desperately craving. Holder. Gordon. Patient build up here. Just trying to work over these UTS defenders. Hook. Threatening. Now for Gordon. Good first time release. Now for Claire Holder. Great twist and turn from Monique, and then an excellent slide to cover the space from Mia Chen. Quick restart. Gordon, Jakili Hook chipping over the top. Well, the idea was a good one, but Holder was flat-footed and couldn't get there in time. So 5-2 it remains with just over 3 minutes on the clock. 3 goals the margin. Gordon. Hook. Now Holder. Appearing as an option. Crossing that halfway threshold. Here for Gordon. Holder taking off. Gordon once again. Now Hook. Delivering once again a pass that was in the right area, but Holder just couldn't link up with it. And a timeout called here by Mountain Magic. So 5-2 the score. And with very little time remaining, just 2:28 on the clock. They would need to be just about perfect from this point to even snag a singular point, let alone the 3. They could, in theory, still be alive depending on other results this weekend, but of course you want to try and control your own destiny as much as possible. 1 point gives them a slightly better chance, of course. But all that is required above them is victory. So Jewel Warriors currently on 18 competition points with 5 wins and 3 draws. Mountain Magic on 15 points with 5 wins and 7 losses. So Magic do have a better for and against. +7 compared to +4. Back underway now with Gordon. Distributing here for Holder. Holder navigating. No opening as of yet, though, and then really just trying to push the pass there. Not the required result on that occasion. Smith chipping over the top. Great control with the chest there from Cabezas. Then back for Smith. And speedy is Cabezas, but not fast enough to reel that one in. Less than 2 minutes to go here. So Dural will take on the Sydney All-Star side this afternoon as well. It's good delivery here from Carice Stoll. Then into the arms of Holder, who takes off, links up with Scarmadella. Here's a good chance now for Mountain Magic. Scarmadella flicking back towards Hook. Intercepted. And now Cabezas with a long-range effort. How about the acrobatics from Monique Holder, who stuck a leg out like she was in the middle of a kung fu movie. So just over 90 seconds remaining. Smith delivers here for Carice Stoll. Smith once again. And they will get a free kick here, Mountain Magic. Scarmadella will head to the sideline with Montenegro returning for the final moments of this round 13 fixture. Gordon back for Holder. Gordon once again. All very lateral at the moment. They need something a little more incisive. UTS happy to just play that zone. Good delivery now from Jakili Hook, and then Holder just across the face of goal. They've come close a number of times. Now forward, sending it long. Somehow misses all three players there in the form of Cabezas, Montenegro, and Gordon. Montenegro now with great control. Takes it down. Shot on target, but blocked there by Cabezas. Back for Gordon. Holder up towards halfway. Around about 30 seconds remaining. Gordon. Looking to deliver back to the middle. Shut down by Cabezas. Holder twisting. Found support for Carice Stoll though on UTS, and now Holder thinking from range. Oh, and Carice Stoll put hands up towards the face. It was instinctive but also deliberate. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a yellow card off the back of that. But it won't happen there from Andrew Best. Now Holder will have the strike on goal. So Holder with this big boot. Can she find a consolation goal here for Mountain Magic? Good strike. Cabezas, though, simply hangs a foot out, deflects it, and over the sideline it goes. Now Holder, once again, lining it up, and again makes contact with the defender. And final seconds remaining now. 11 seconds on the clock. Montenegro delivers. Monique Holder dispossessed and then chipped upfield, eventually running over the byline. So Holder will restart things with less than 5 seconds on the clock. Holder delivering long, but only into the path of India Horsley. Over the sideline it goes. The siren sounds and the whistle is blown. They've been gallant in defeat, but not the result they were hoping for. There is theoretically still a chance, depending on the result, for the Dural Warriors. Of course, they're taking on the Sydney All-Stars this afternoon as well. And Magic will come up against Eastern Suburbs, one of the red-hot teams in the competition next week. Dural will take on Mascots, and that could be a match that has plenty of ramifications for the hopes of finals football for Mountain Magic in the final round of the regular season. And then, of course, from December 13, semi-final action and the big one, the grand final, happening on December 20. Full time here, though, Mountain Magic coming down to a strong UTS Northside outfit. Final score, 5-2.